The night everything shifted began with exhaustion and laughter colliding in my small Ohio kitchen, the kind of tired joy only a single parent understands. I was a widowed father myself, raising triplets on faith, coffee, and a calendar packed with soccer practices and school reminders. Life had narrowed to routines and responsibilities, and I told myself that was enough. Then my 3 kids, clever and relentless in their love, decided I had lived long enough in survival mode. They planned a date they called a joke, a harmless nudge meant to shake me awake. I walked out the door that evening expecting awkwardness and pity, never imagining that the next few hours would quietly reroute the rest of my life. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the surprising ways grace finds us, take a moment right now to like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps stories like this reach hearts that are still waiting to be reminded that life can begin again. My name is Michael Carter, and before that night, I measured my days in practical victories. I kept the bills paid, the fridge stocked, the kids loved. After my wife passed, grief folded itself into everything, like a shadow that learned the shape of our home. The triplets, Noah, Lucas, and Owen, carried their own quiet losses, and I became a guardian of stability, afraid that any change might tip us back into chaos. When they announced the date, complete with mismatched socks and overconfident smiles, I went along mostly to show them that their father could still try. They had chosen a modest diner in a neighboring town, a place that smelled like coffee and second chances, and they promised it would be quick. The widow they introduced me to was named Sarah Whitman. She lived 2 counties over and had lost her husband years before in an accident that left her with a patience forged by sorrow and time. She arrived without expectations and, something in her calm presence lowered the guard I had worn for so long. There was no performance, no rush to impress. The evening unfolded with an ease that surprised me, the kind that comes when 2 people understand loss without needing to compare it. I noticed how she listened, not just to words but to the spaces between them, and how she carried herself as if she had rebuilt her life piece by piece and kept the best parts. Over the weeks that followed, the joke date became a quiet rhythm. Sarah never tried to replace what was gone, and that was the miracle of it. She fit into our lives like a missing piece we did not know how to name. The boys, wary at first, tested boundaries the way children do, measuring whether affection would hold. She showed up to games, brought soup when winter cold swept through our house, and treated each small crisis as an opportunity for steadiness rather than drama. Watching her with my children did something to me that grief had locked away. It reminded me that love could be an action, practiced daily, without erasing the past. Still, fear lingered. I wrestled with guilt, the kind that whispers you are betraying a memory by moving forward. There were nights I sat alone after the kids were asleep, replaying the past and questioning the future. Sarah never rushed me through that struggle. She understood that healing does not happen on a schedule, and that faith often looks like patience. Slowly, I began to imagine a life that included laughter without apology, and hope without fear. The change was not dramatic, it was steady, like light returning at dawn. The real test came when the triplets faced a challenge of their own. Noah broke his arm during a game, and the stress of hospitals and homework and worry threatened to pull us under. In the middle of it, Sarah stepped in without being asked, coordinating meals, rides, and quiet encouragement. She did not try to be the hero, she simply carried the load alongside us. That was when I realized the date had never been a joke at all. My children had seen something I was too afraid to acknowledge. They had believed that love could come back into our lives, even if it looked different than before. As spring warmed the Midwest and our days grew longer, our family changed in subtle, beautiful ways. Sunday dinners became a place of gratitude, not just survival. We talked about dreams again, about college and travel and faith. Sarah's presence did not fix everything, but it softened the edges and gave us room to grow. I learned that honoring the past does not mean refusing the future. It means carrying what mattered forward and letting it shape something new. If this story has touched your heart, if it has reminded you that hope can arrive disguised as humor or timing you did not plan, please take a moment to engage with this video. Your likes, shares, and subscriptions tell us that stories of grace and resilience still matter. Before the ending, we have a special request for you. Please comment below and tell us whether you believe second chances come when we least expect them. Your words may encourage someone who is standing where I once stood, afraid to take the next step. Today, when I look at my triplets laughing in the yard, and Sarah tending to the small garden she planted by our porch, I see a life rebuilt with intention. It is not perfect, and it does not pretend to be. It is honest, faithful, and full of quiet miracles. A joke date became a doorway, and a widow became a partner in the truest sense. Sometimes the bravest thing we can do is say yes to the unexpected and trust that God's timing is kinder than our fear.